Audie Murphy was too small to be a soldier, rejected by the Marines and paratroopers, but the Army finally took him in. Barely 140 pounds, a Texas farm boy, he would become America's most decorated soldier. In World War II, Murphy rose quickly through the ranks. He fought in Sicily, France, and Italy, surviving wound after wound. But his legend was sealed in January 1945, near the French village of Holtzwihr. His unit was ambushed by German tanks and infantry. Murphy ordered his men to fall back, then he stayed behind, alone. Amidst the blizzard and smoke, Murphy climbed onto the burning tank destroyer, flames licking at the metal beneath his boots. Bullets cracked overhead as he pulled himself up, his face set with grim determination. Exposed and alone, he stood atop the wreck, a lone figure against a sea of advancing enemies. The roar of gunfire and the thunder of tanks filled the frozen air. He seized the .50 caliber machine gun, hands trembling from cold and adrenaline, and swung it toward the enemy. The weapon roared to life, spitting fire and lead into the oncoming German troops. Tracers lit up the gloom as Murphy unleashed hell, mowing down enemy after enemy. Explosions shook the ground, and the air was thick with smoke, mud, and fear. For nearly an hour, wave after wave of German soldiers surged forward, only to be cut down by Murphy's relentless fire. Infantry pressed closer, their shouts drowned by the deafening rattle of gunfire as shadows darted through the smoke, desperate to break his defense. Tanks fired at point-blank range, shells exploding all around him. Shrapnel tore through the air, but Murphy held his ground, defiant in the face of certain death. Refusing to give an inch, Murphy's resolve never wavered. He fought on, wounded and exhausted, determined to protect his men at any cost. At last, his ammunition ran dry. The machine gun fell silent, smoke curling from its barrel as the enemy regrouped for another assault. Without hesitation, Murphy leapt from the burning wreck, landing hard in the mud and snow, heart pounding as chaos raged around him. He scrambled to his men, rallying the battered survivors, his voice cutting through the chaos, steady, commanding, unbreakable. Then, with fearless resolve, Murphy led the counterattack himself, charging into the fray, inspiring his men to follow against impossible odds. When the smoke finally cleared, the battlefield was silent. Murphy stood among the wreckage, battered but unbowed. He had killed or wounded more than 50 enemies, his courage turning the tide of battle in a single, unforgettable stand. Almost single-handedly, Audie Murphy had saved his unit, his name forever etched in history as a symbol of valor and defiance. For this, Audie Murphy received the Medal of Honor, one of 33 U.S. medals and decorations in his short career. He was just 20 years old, a boy who became a legend, the soldier who took on an army and won.